I invite you to stand up. We're going to do two things. The first one is an assessment of how you currently feel, so please close your eyes. Take a deep breath and self-assess yourself. That's you here now on a scale from 1 to 10, where 1 is I feel very, very bad, and 10 is I feel very, very good right now. Make a mental note of your result. We will come back to it in a few minutes. And the second activity is equally simple. I invite you to imagine that you are an actor. This is an audition, and the role you are applying for is possibly the easiest of your entire acting career. All you have to do is pretend that you are a very happy audience member and give a rousing, enthusiastic standing ovation to someone on stage, which right now happens to be me. You may want to stomp with your feet, clap with your hands, make big, loud noises. Ready? Go! Thank you. Please have a seat. Wow. There's a new frontier in wellness. And it's a space where people understand that emotional health is as important as physical health, and that we can have a major impact on how we feel by choosing to engage through the simple motions of feeling of wellness, of well-being, the sounds, the movement, the behaviors. It's a subject I'm very passionate about because I've been witnessing over and over for the past decade how healing positive emotions can significantly improve people's lives on so many different levels. For me, it all started as a crisis in my early 30s. The business I was running at that time was incredibly successful. My work schedule was incredibly insane, and my personal life was incredibly empty. I was locked in a belief system that said that I had to be rich to be happy, and that making money was far more important than having fun or feeling good. And I paid the price for that. To cut a long story short, I decided consciously after my second stress-related burnout that I wouldn't die the richest man in my cemetery, and I walked away from it all. One of the modalities I came across on my healing journey was the emerging world of laughter therapy. I fell in love with it. I'm now known as the laughter wellness guy. It's been my full-time job for the past 14 years, and today I would like to share with you the essence of what it's all about. So let's start with warming up our laughter muscles. Put your hand on your thighs. We're going to chant an extended ah sound as we lift our arms up, and then finish with a laughter for about 10 seconds when we reach the top. Ready? Do what I do, say what I say. Ah. Excellent. Let's repeat this with the O sound. Oh. One last time, this time with the A sound. Thank you. I have much respect for my humor colleagues, and I wish I was funny, but unfortunately, this is not one of my skill sets. What I have found instead is that choosing to laugh was a far easier, sustainable, reliable, and long-term approach to unlocking the many healing benefits that laughter has to offer. Anybody can do it anytime, anywhere. It works across people's lifespan, and with minor modification, regardless of what their cognitive skills are. But here I need to make something very important clear, is that in life in general, and in the world of energy medicine in particular, it is never what you do that's important, but what's behind. This is not an invitation to put a happy mask on and fake or force your smile. That's a bad plan because it doesn't work, and in the long run, it's disempowering. And it's very, very different from embracing completely how you currently feel at any given point in time, and even if when you feel bad, choosing or allowing to express the best of who you are or want to be. The beauty of this particular approach is that you don't have to be happy, nor feel good to practice and significantly benefit. From my standpoint, choosing to laugh really is about choosing to live. Put your hands on your thighs. We're going to take a deep breath as we lift our hands up and make a big resounding yes as we exhale. Yes! And again. Yes! One last time, except this time, same thing, except when you make your yes, please make eye contact with someone near you. Ready? Yes! Thank you. Everybody knows that laughing feels good. But that's just the tip of the iceberg of what we stand from benefit from such a simple practice. The knowledge that laughter is good medicine has been part of conventional wisdom for at least 3,000 years. And here I'm referring in particular to Proverbs 17:22 that says, "A merry heart does good like a medicine, but a broken spirit dries the bones." Allow me to translate this in 21st century language. When we feel good, we naturally tend to think good, see good, speak good, and do good. It's a beautiful space to be in, a space of expansion where everything flows better and works better. And that's both outside as much as inside. And the opposite, of course, also applies when we feel bad. So what can we do when we feel bad? Well, sometimes all we need to do is shake things up. So please do what I do and say what I say. Ha! Ha ha. Ha! Ha ha. Ha! Ha ha. Whoa. Now, I know some of you may be thinking this is a little odd. So allow me to give you a different perspective on what we are really doing here. So please put one hand on your eye. The closer, the better. So cover your eyes with one hand. What do you see? The answer, of course, is not much. So now please put your hand about 2 feet away. Look again. And now what do you see? Some people will still only see fingers for quite a while, but if you look long enough, you'll notice that you can see a lot more. Actually, we can see everything. Please put your hand down. The hand in this activity is symbolic for the challenges we face in life. Chopping our hand off every time it blocks our view is not a solution, and that's evident. But it's the same thing with our unpleasant emotions. There's nothing wrong with what we feel. The only real issue is with the size of the box in which we force our emotions to live. All we really have to do is create distance. And laughter does, or can do that, because it's about the out-breath, letting go. One of the many, many healing benefits of laughter is that it creates distance. It can break the cycle of negativity and force a shift in perspective. Laughter has many shapes. One of them is smiling. It's an easy way to trick your brain into releasing naturally happy chemistry. But when you smile, don't just smile with your mouth. That doesn't do much for you. The true smile engages the eyes muscles as much as the mouth. So please put your index touch your thumb with your index, put both by the corner of your mouth, stretch your facial muscles up, eye and mouth as you inhale, and take time to observe what it looks like on the people around you before you exhale. And again. And look, really look. There are 2 important things I want to mention at this point. The first one is that thoughts are electrochemical. What I mean here is that thoughts are always tied to very specific chemistry. And chemistry is always very specifically tied to specific behaviors. When you change the behavior, you change the chemistry. And sooner than later, you change the thoughts. And two, the mind-body connection actually flows mostly in the opposite direction. It's about 80% body to brain and 20% brain to body. My point here is that when it comes to changing or healing your emotions, doing in its many, many formats will always be easier and more impactful than thinking. And that's the ancient wisdom of acting as if. Let's do one last exercise. So please close your eyes and go back in time to a happy moment where you felt safe, were surrounded by people you loved and who loved you, and where you all laughed. Maybe it was this week, this month, this year, at any point in your life. When you have it, I invite you to laugh now as if you were back then. Ready? Go. Thank you, thank you. It's time to check in, look within, and again, reassess yourself on that scale from 1 to 10. Has anything changed? Because if your number has gone up, meaning you now feel a little bit better than you did just a few minutes ago, then I've made my point. Laughter works if you work it. It cannot heal nor solve anything. It's better. It can help to heal and dissolve everything, and the results are just amazing. I'd like to thank you for participating, and in particular for making TED history today by giving me a standing ovation, however unusual that was before you even heard my talk. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. And if it was just that, that'd be fine, but there is more on a deeper note. The laughter, the joy, the love we all seek are not outside. They are inside. They've always been there waiting for us, and they always will. I'm not saying that the process of looking past the cloud that often blocks these from view is easy. But what I am saying is that it's very much worth it, and when you feel bad, you can still have a lot of fun. Thank you.